Welcome to Sage Circle. I'm Amythyst. We're doing two piles to pick from today, and they are both in association with Lemuiran energy. I am from Lemuria myself, and I get the call sometimes to do some starseed stuff, and this is what I'm doing today. I'm very close to actually doing my own Lemurian activations and recordings, light codes, and also shadow codes, and also sun codes, moon codes, things like that. There's more than just the initial codes that people think of. Putting them on this channel. So today we're doing channeled messages from Lemuiran energy. It's like a little Lemurian portal is opened, and I've had all this energy flood down through me. I actually had some of my ancestral team through Lemuria, from Lemuria, put a crystal down, going down one half of my head, right down through my chest where my heart is, right down, just that whole left side of my body, boom, all coming down, right down. It's about 20 foot long. And I've got a big Lemurian quartz that's been placed in there today. It's phenomenal. So let's see what comes up. I'm excited to know what comes through today. I have pre-shuffled everything, as I've said. I've already pulled some cards out, and I've got the decks out to continue on with the readings. So let's get into this. As you guys know, I do not use WhatsApp, and I will not contact you asking you to book me for a reading, etc. If anybody is mimicking me or my channel, please report it, because you know I spend a lot of time and energy doing my channel, and people don't have a right to try and take that. So let's get into this. The first pile will be deep cellular healing, and it says Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Okay, that'll be pile 1, and pile 2 is called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. So whichever pile you choose, I wish you luck with that. Let's get this done. Oh, energy shifting. Oh, it's phenomenal. I see a lot of colors and things. I see a lot of energy. Energy doesn't lie. I'm an energy reader. And at the moment, behind me, there is a lot of purple, soft purple, almost like it's got a texture. It's hard to explain. It's right behind me. And soft blues, and some soft yellows, and some soft whites. So let's get into this, guys. Let's channel with Lemuiran Elders. First card, again, deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So this is out of the Starseed Oracle, and I've got one behind it. The next card says, you are not alone, isolation, physical connection, community. Okay, I'm already getting an idea here. Now I'm just going to pull these two, and then this is from the Work Your Light Oracle deck, and from the same author of the Starseed Oracle, and then I'll channel. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Wow, seeding the light. Okay, if you don't have a belief in Jesus or anything like that, you can disregard that. I'll get into the meaning of this card for this particular reading in a second. And we've got the crumbling. What are you clinging to? Oh, wow, I just got chills. Look at that. That's what I was saying. There was light. Like a Lemurian quartz had been placed right through my system. Interesting. Just before I did this today. Let's get into it. What would you like to say, please? Come through. Oh, there's a lot of people in this space, a lot of beings in this space right now. It's packed, and I have a lot of eyes and energy on me at the moment, watching me from the spirit realm do this right now. Interesting. Okay, so the first card says, as we know, deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. And there's a hallway in the background. It's like you're coming down this great channel of healing. It's like this is how far you've come. You look back behind you, you know that you're surrounded, you're safe, there's pillars of strength going on there, and you're able to sort of branch out and step into that light a bit more from what you're trying to manifest in your life. Deep cellular healing. So you might feel as though you might be getting some pain, a bit of a sore chest. You might be having sore body parts, which you wouldn't normally expect to be achy, or they're achy for no reason. It's because your cells are recalibrating. What's going on for you is there's a light activations happening. There's codes going through your system, and it's bringing forward a physical and emotional healing. And you could be emotional about something in your life right now, or you might in the next few days, that really has no business giving you energy to be sad or emotional doesn't have to be sad, but you know, something will come up for you possibly, and you're going to go like, why has that affected me so much? It's because of this cellular healing. You're ultra sensitive at the moment. If you can wear neutral colors at this time, you know, or it doesn't matter, just, you know, tans, creams, whites, even just all black, browns, just something neutral. If you want to wear blue, wear all blue. If you want to wear purples, wear purples. Like, don't wear a purple shirt and yellow pair of pants and things like that. Just try and keep it all similar energy colors at this time, because that'll help push through that barrier. And we've got You Are Not Alone, isolation, physical connection, and community. And instantaneously, I understand that this card's saying that your higher self, your star seed being, you don't have to be from Lemuria. This is just Lemurian messages. You don't have to be from Lemuria. And just because people had spent time in Lemuria, it doesn't also mean like you were Lemurian. For example, I live in Australia, born and raised here. I've been to Bali. There's no difference from other star beings going to Lemuria and having time there. You know what I mean? Just because you're not Lemurian, it doesn't mean these messages don't resonate. But it's saying you're not alone. So your higher self, your higher state, your Lemurian energy, whether you've lived there, you're from there, or you've had time there in that energy portal to do with Lemurian activations, energy. Even in this life, you might only just be stepping into this now, but either way, you do have a connect to Lemuria because you're watching this video. And what Spirit's saying is that you have the support you need. You need to tap into your higher self, maybe do some higher self activations, maybe do some Lemurian meditations to meet your loved ones there, for example, or meet the tribe or your people there, because there will still be people there in that energy, and you need to connect with them at this time. You're not alone, so you might feel a bit isolated at the moment, and even if you don't right now, that's not to say that you haven't in the last couple of months, or you may in the next few months, okay? But you do have that level of community going on around you. You've got your spirit team, your star beings trying to connect and contact with you. I mean, you could be Lyran for all I know. You could have a multitude of different things going on in your life to do with the star being world, but you do need to come into that space. You do need to enter into that connection through Lemuria, okay? You've got a lot of people in the other realms keeping their eye out for you and making sure you're okay. I'm getting told a particular few people might be having some falling out with some friendships or relationships, even with family, loved ones, at this time, even though you might have never had issues with them before, and it's purely because your cells are repairing, you're vibing at a different space. You've got a lot of spiritual growth going on here, and some people just don't understand that. I love this card. I love Anna, and this would have to be one of my most favorite cards in the entire deck. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Basically, if you just want to disregard the Jesus element of this card, what Spirit's messages is to you is that you need to remain in your faith. Pull all your spiritual faith right into your cup right now. Fill your cup, let it overflow. It doesn't matter if it spills metaphorically, it doesn't matter if it splashes out, it doesn't matter if you have to share it. You need to top up somebody else's cup. Really step into your authentic spiritual power and growth at this time. Spiritual power doesn't mean knowing better than others or having a better understanding of things than others. We're all equal when it comes to our growth, because each person's growth is to their own individuality. But what we need to do is understand that we need to remain in the light of the light, to do with that faith at the moment, because we're seeding the light here. We're actually laying down the foundations for our divine plan. And it doesn't matter if you're 15 or it doesn't matter if you're 56. It doesn't matter what your age bracket is. Sometimes things happen at the right time and we don't expect it to. So what Spirit's saying is that Anna, grandmother of Jesus, is helping us see the light, to lay our foundations down, to instigate and bring forth that next part of our divine plan. Now, I'm just hearing some chatter in my ear. Just give me a minute. Whoa, woo, jeez. I've got a Lemurian man here. He's very, very tall man, and the color of his skin is phenomenal. It's almost like cornflower blue, let's say. And he's got long hair. He's got a big, beautiful face. He's got a long face. He's very elongated, and he's leaning forward, saying to me that people need to work with orbs and colors associated with fluorescent, interesting, fluorescent yellows at the moment, not whites, not golds, but fluorescent yellows. So you know that real invasive yellow light in a public toilet, for example, coming from a human space, that type of fluorescent energy. Picture that light swirling around you. Picture it as orbs going around your system. You will get messages through there. There's codes all inside those orbs, and what he wants you to do is just bring them in when you sleep, when you're laying in your bed. Picture them coming in down over you and just sort of softly dropping onto you, or picture them swirling around your body when you're standing in the shower and things like that, because they energetically will burst like little bubbles on your system and seep into your soul core attached with your Lemurian connections. So what you really need to do is not worry about what other people think. Just do what you need to do. If you can't talk about this to other people, that's fine. Just keep walking your path. And we've got the crumbling. What are you clinging to? So what Spirit's saying is that in our human condition, we really hold on to things. So you could be a little bit overweight. You could be a little bit underweight. You might be worried about eating certain food. You might be overeating. You could drink alcohol and you know you shouldn't, you know, because that's affecting your spiritual growth. It's just little things like that. What are you clinging to? Ugh, I'm yawning, so somebody's exhausted, okay? I'm yawning, somebody is definitely tired right now. Somebody's tired for no other reason than just feeling tired. And it's what you're putting into your system. It could be what you wash your clothes with. It could be what you wash your body with. It could be the type of water coming out of your taps. You might need to drink bottled water for a month and notice a difference, or, you know, packaged water. What are you clinging to that isn't serving you at this time? It's bringing you down. It's pouring you down. But we've got the Lemuiran elders up here pouring this light down, pouring these crystals and these codes and this core energy right down through your system. It's almost like your prana tube we've got going on here. There's a bit of lightning and stuff going on here. I mean, technically this is looked at like the Tower card, okay? But there's still a bit of light. Regardless of being lightning, there's still light above you. You've got the grace that you need. But whatever it is that you're clinging on to, you need to just clean up your system and have a break and step back for those things, because you can't get the messages that you're supposed to be receiving at this time. Now, I've just got, there's a lot of chatter going on around me. So what would you like to say? Yeah, I'm getting told that it's a really auspicious time for Lemurians. So they have some different types of celebrations all through the year. They're very festive, Lemuria. And they love to have parties. And I don't necessarily mean drinking alcohol and things like that. I mean, the alcohol would be completely different to what we would expect it to be here now. But they have some celebrations coming up, which are incorporated with the colours blue and reds. Different blues, different reds. So don't be surprised if you see those colours. You might see a sign for a business 4 times in one day. Different signs for different businesses, and they are all red and blue, for example, with a white background. Keep your eye out. That is a message from your elders in Lemuria, that they are incorporating your energy and your connection to those festivities. It's actually like almost like a harvest festive energy going on. I'm getting shown people outside in the evening. Now, in the evening, it's not necessarily dark time there. There's different moons, there's different things going on, there's different planetary colors in the sky, but they're incorporating your energy into that festive, the nighttime festive, and it goes for a few days. So you might be feeling festive. Maybe you could light a red and a blue candle over the next 3 or 4 days. If you don't have a red or blue candle, you could literally just burn a tea light, a white one, and write Lemuria in it at this time. What we're getting told is there's a big harvest that has just gone down, and that you guys are going to be getting some rewards from that. You need to tap in. So buy a lottery ticket, you know, go out for dinner somewhere, do something nice, you know, go sit at the beach, do something that you wouldn't normally do. Be a little bit spontaneous, and you mightn't be the type of person to go buy a lottery ticket, but you might be the type of person to, you know, shout somebody lunch because you know that they could get out the house and do something different for the day, and you've got a bit of extra money and you're happy to buy somebody a meal and things like that. That's that level of festivity. It's about sharing and being communal. We've got the Realm Bridger. Wow. Whoa. Transformations going on here. Right. So what I'm getting told is that at this point in time, your conscious connection, you're consciously choosing to connect. You are the Realm Bridger. You are this person on this card, for example, and bringing in that level of spirituality, your faith to do with your spirituality, whatever that is, okay? Whether it is Anna, I mean, you might love Anna, grandmother of Jesus or what have you, and you can have a conversation with her, you know what I mean? It's all good. But you're the realm bridger. So you choosing to watch this reading, you choosing to connect, you choosing to listen to what gets said, you choosing to do some activations, to follow the color schemes, whatever's getting mentioned, you are that realm bridger. You are the one that bridges this realm from your bloodline in this life to everything that's gone on prior when it comes to the star being worlds, the star being planets and things like that. You are that realm bridger, but you're conscious, you're awake. You might think, oh, I'm not that awake. Well, yes, you are that awake. You just don't feel it yet because you feel like, you know, well, I should have hit a milestone, or I should have hit something right now. I should be feeling something a little different than what I do to suggest that I've come up a few notches. But that's just how we are as humans. Again, that's just how we are as people, okay? You're the realm bridger. I'm going to see, I said before, there's blues and purples and sort of yellowies, and this is the color in the card. These are the colors that I was seeing behind me just before, okay? So what you need to do is be gracious in yourself. Now, you might like to draw. If you can do some automatic writing, I'm getting told that you can definitely do automatic writing with the Lemuiran Elders, okay? Because they're not just elders of your own bloodline. They're elders of Lemuria, full stop, all right? They're regarded in high regard, very high regard, and they get treated with the utmost of respect. And they're pouring energy into you at the moment, saying, we want you to have contact with us. We want you to connect with us a bit deeper. Don't be afraid if people are walking away. Don't be afraid if you're feeling isolated. We've got you, and we love you, and we're proud of you. So what you need to do, if you know how to automatic write, that'd be fantastic. Do some automatic writing, please. If you don't know how to do automatic writing, I recommend you look into it. I'm not going to get into it today. It's a completely different video. So we've got some other, this is for the other pile. We've got some cards done, some number cards. What have we got here? Karmic completion. A nature. 10 and 74, that could mean something to you, could mean nothing at all, all right? 10 and 4 is 11, 7 and 4 is 11, and 10 breaks down to 0 or a 1, depending on how you look at it, or you can add them, whatever works for you. So what's going on here is the karmic completion. I'm getting told that this is the completion of a cycle in yourself, not a karmic completion where it's in a karmic relationship with a lover or a family member or nothing. This is all completely to do with your whole self. And this is something you get taught when you learn about the Akashic records. Well, I have anyway in the course I'm doing, because I've been doing an Akashic record course. And basically this is what you get taught, that you have your own karma and your own lessons that you need to pull through, you need to learn and work on in this life that has nothing to do with anybody else on the planet, just you. And this is why this card's come up. So the things that you're going through now, you might be feeling sick, you might be feeling over energized, you might be feeling like you can't sleep at night. This is me. I'm exhausted myself. I have been awake since 3 o'clock every night this week. Oh, apart from one night, now I'm yawning. Oh, geez, now I'm yawning. So I could be on the same page as you guys, or you could be on the same page as me. There could be some exhaustion there, or you could be the opposite, where you're not sleeping at all. Oh, sorry, or you're oversleeping. You just can't get enough. You just feel tired. But again, we have a lot of cellular healing and stuff going on, okay? I actually seen a star being, Lemurian star being, walk through my house yesterday morning. He woke me to let me know it's time to wake up. It's a birthday, which was my son's birthday yesterday. And I said, thank you very much, good morning. And then he sort of just walked through the door, disappeared. So, but there's karmic completion going on here. This is within yourself. Again, with your automatic writing, if you might want to ask some questions, if you're not sure what that karmic cycle is, that karmic completion that you've come through, you can ask those questions when you do some automatic writing and get the responses, okay? And we've got nature. Now, this is a very clear message. I'm getting told that Lemurians are as one. Everybody pulls in together. Everybody's got a role to play through energy. Energy doesn't lie. And I'm getting told that you need to remember that you are not separate to what goes on around you, because the isolation word come up on the other card. And Spirit's saying that you're not isolated, that you are one with nature, because it's their nature. It's second nature, for example, what you're doing right now. But you need to be stepping into that graciously, because you've been planting some seeds. You've been calibrating your light. You've been laying down some foundations, whether you're aware of that or not, because we do a lot of things in the higher realms sometime, okay? It's a helicopter. I haven't heard one of those go over for a while. Now, this is my own little deck. I've channeled things on here. And I'm just going to, can I have 3 or 4 of these, please? Just going to take a few off the top. I've got 4. So we've got ceremony, rite of passage, yes, karmic completion, self, authenticity, wow, please excuse the helicopter, enchantments, magical castings, oh, and loyal, devoted devotee. Wow, sorry guys, that is definitely a message saying they're up above, hovering above you, watching down over you, okay, keeping an eye on things and making sure you're doing it right. You are not alone, you are not isolated. So the first card that came up was ceremony, rite of passage. I actually just paused the video because of how loud that was. Okay, so the first card that come through for this is ceremony, rite of passage. And that's to do with your karmic completion. Again, get back to nature. Remember that you're one with everything that's going on around you. You're one with your growth. You're one with your spiritual journey. You are not alone. Physical connection, community, isolation, rite of passage. Again, you've got your loved ones, your ancestors and your elders in Lemuria, keeping an eye out on you, letting you know you're part of a community. You've come through a karmic completion and now you're able to step up a notch because of the seeds that you've planted and the work that you've done to do with your divine plan. You brought in this Arcturus energy, this deep cellular healing, okay, and physical and emotional healing. And that's what that rite of passage is. So we've got self, authenticity. And I said to you earlier, you just be true to what you're doing, just be honest with yourself. Like, don't worry about what other people think. If they think, oh, you know, they don't know much about star beings or what have you. Look, you might get somebody that really does know a lot about star beings, and you can go and have that authentic, genuine conversation, questions that you want to have answered and things that you've never been really able to ask people before. And you can find somebody and go, hey, that is very deep into the star being world, and say, hey, I've got some questions, and then you can shine through as your authentic self there. Enchantment. So when I shuffled this deck, I actually seen this card twice, so I'm so not surprised it come out. So magical casting, what you've done in prior life, so what you've determined before you've come here is falling into fruition now. You've done a lot of magic, a lot of healing, a lot of spells, a lot of whatever, a lot of deep cellular healing. This is what's coming forward now, not just from this life. You mightn't be a witch, you mightn't practice any form of magic, you mightn't be the type of person that teaches Reiki or things like that, but you might be the type of person that go and has massages and has Reikings and go and get healings done on yourself to help you and sees an acupuncturist and things like that. That was already predetermined. You've already done that. It's already in the Akashic records. It's already started from that space on Lemuria. And you might need to also ask with your automatic writing what your role was in Lemuria, what it was that you did to contribute to the greater community, okay? The physical connection with others. What was it that you did? And we've got loyal, devoted, and devotee. Now that speaks for itself. This is a message that you are devoted to your mission, to your soul's journey, and in turn you're getting mirrored by that, and your star being family are devoted to you being the devotee. There's a lot of loyalty going on here between your authentic family, your authentic self, your higher self, your star being, wherever you're from. Again, you don't have to be from Lemuria to have Lemurian messages. You don't have to be Lemurian, you know, to get those messages. That'll be like me being, you know, Australian and not being able to eat, you know, food from other countries type of thing. I mean, that's just a broad fucking example, but still, it is what it is. Now, can I have a couple more of these star being cards, please? The Beyond Lemuria deck. I just want that one. We've got High Heart Chakra. Oh, ecstatic bliss. Look at that. Like I've seen a tattoo very similar to that up somebody's arm. Not the same, but similar. Interesting. Ecstatic bliss, high heart chakra. So you might need to do some work on your chakra. Again, there's those blues and the purples that I seen earlier and the whites behind me. There's like that little bit of yellow almost in the background there, or whatever it is, that hue, it's there. So you need to do some work on your heart chakra. Oh, look, that's the picture on the back of the card too. Okay, that's the back of the deck. Interesting. So you need to do some work on your chakra and find out what your high heart chakra is. If you don't know what that is, you can work on that, okay? Chakra colors, even if you aren't able to sit down and do a meditation and work on your chakra or do a tune-up, look at that. It's just beaming. The light's just pouring off that. You can actually just picture, you can clear up and tune up your heart chakra with pinks, greens, whites, and blues, okay? And we've got gracious receptivity. Oh, this is so beautiful. Look at this card. Isn't she gorgeous? There's that bloody cornflower blue. Yeah. She's absolutely beautiful. So her third eye is glowing, and so is her throat chakra. She's got her throat chakra open. There's a Merkaba down there. Now, there were some other things going on. Here we go. This is the card here. The geometric patterns up the top of this card here. To me, that says Metatron. So you might need to have some connection with Metatron at this time. Thank you, Metatron. So her crown chakra is aglow. Her third eye chakra is popping. Her throat chakra is open to receive. It's aware, it's conscious, it's gracious, okay? And then we've got the Merkaba star underneath there. So what you probably need to be doing is understanding that. Now the heart chakra, high heart chakra card come out. Now, I have a diploma in chakra healing systems, and I learnt in that your throat and anything above your throat chakra right up to your soul star chakra can be incorporated as one chakra. And this is what I'm seeing, what's going on here. So work on your heart chakra, your high heart chakra, and then do a little work on your other chakras to make sure they're just all in tune, and you will get some downloads and some clear clarity. But be open to receive that gracious receptivity. You are like, yes, I'm here, I'm on this journey, I'm ready, come at me, bro. Now I'm just going to read these few, and then it's time to get off here because I'm running out of time. We've got mirror. What or who is triggering you? And I did say, actually, with the other card, they're mirroring what you're putting in, okay? They're mirroring your love and your effort. And we've got trust your path. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? Oh, beautiful. And at the very, very, very first card here, that woman is walking through here it is, that big hole looking thing, and it almost looks like that's the entryway to it there. So I'm not surprised little synchronicities, things like that come up. But if you knew what you would do, if you knew you were supported, what would you do? And we've got Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Again, now this is Mary on this card, and we had Jesus' grandmother Anna come up. So you might work with Mary. To be honest, I absolutely love Mary. Yes, I've got a background in voodoo stuff and all the things, a shamanic background and everything, but I do love Mary a lot. I have a lot of respect for her. So how can you mother yourself? It doesn't matter what your gender is. You need to have that feminine healing and energy come into you. And there's the blues there. So step into it. And we've got Lemuria. No way. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So everything you're wishing, everything you're hoping for, your dreams, your aspirations, you might want to switch careers, you might want to open a shop, you might want to do healing modalities, whatever it is that you associate with your divine plan, it all stems from Lemuria. And I said that earlier with the enchantment card. You've done a lot of this stuff in other lives. You really need to do some automatic writing, guys, and find out where you stand, where you were, and in the community, what you gave to the community when you were in Lemuria, okay? Holy jeez. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, beautiful messages. Thank you, star beings. Thank you, elders, for coming in today. I really, honestly appreciate it. Pile 2. We've got called. Okay? So, if you've picked this pile, it says soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. So, let's see. I just paused it and had a drink. Let's see. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Let's see what the other cards are. That card is from the Starseed Oracle. So it's this one. What else we got here? The blue flame. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time, soul gifts and training. Oh, look, she's going through a doorway, and it's almost like she's in the doorway now. So she knew. She's followed her path. She got the calling and she stepped through. Look at that. Now, in the first pile I said there was a blues and purples like this all around me in my energy field behind me, and I'm not surprised they've come up now. The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Oh, this is going to be juicy. We've got the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and soul tribe. Oh, guys, this is amazing. We've got Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? No way. Completely different deck. Same author, completely different deck. Right. Well, that's there as a reminder, I'm assuming. And we'll do these ones a bit later, okay? This one is transformation. I'll get to her later. So just let me channel, please. What have we got going on here, Spirit? Yeah, okay, so this answers the question. These first 2 cards straight off the bat, called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. So whatever you've been working on when it comes to your spiritual connection, the elders in Lemuria are saying to you, it's now time to have some sort of an ascension. There's a difference between an awakening and an ascension. You've done the awakening stuff. Here it says spontaneous awakening, activation. There's a difference between an activation, an awakening, and an ascension. You had a bit of all 3 go on, very close succession. You're at that last phase of that now. You're about to step through that door. Look, there's almost like hieroglyphs and stuff all around this card. So you might have a connection to Egypt somehow, or you might have found that Egypt is calling you somehow. I'm just getting a different message. Give me a second. Whoa. Oh, I've got Horus. Whew. Horus has just come in here and he is asking you to do some activation stuff with Horus, because he will help you with your Lemurian activation stuff that you've got going on. Now, you might even be able to try and find on YouTube Horus Lemurian activation. Don't be surprised what's out there. You know, you'll find what you need, all right? But Horus has come through. So you've stepped through the door, you've been called, you know that. So this is just a confirmation. This isn't saying to you, now you're being called up. This is a confirmation. You've done it. You've stepped through the blue flame. That could be Archangel Michael. You could be working with Archangel Michael as well. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Archangel Metatron is also up in this reading, okay? You've done the awakening, you're doing an activation, you're in the middle of an activation, you've had an ascension, you've done the awakening, and there's an activation in the middle of what's going on for you right now. And I am getting told it will take at least 6 weeks till you're fully resonant with that energy. Lemurian light codes are going to be pouring in all around you. I did say in the other pile to do some automatic writing. I am going to ask this pile, because I'm getting shown that by the Lemuiran Elders, that you need to get plain paper with no lines or anything on it. It doesn't matter what color the paper is, and you need to start channeling some codes and activation codes. You might know what they are. It doesn't matter if they go in a line, in a swirl. It doesn't matter all around a border, just in the center, one little spot. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about the logistics. You just need to get it done. And you'll be able to piece those together later. Even if you don't piece those together, and it could take you 6 months and go, what the hell, I still don't know what these are. It doesn't matter. They're your codes, obviously not to share with others if that's where you're standing, okay? But it's integration time. And again, Horus wants to help you, all right? And we've got the warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest callings? This is spirit. Again, there's almost like a doorway. This light's beaming around this woman, okay? It's like she's taken her cloak off. She's come through the door and you're standing there peeping out from the side of your sword going, I have answered. I'm a little apprehensive. I'm not sure what's coming, or, you know, I'm prepared for battle if needed to be, as in a spiritual and emotional battle of one's self. But I'm ready. I'm here. I've stepped through the veil. And this is what Spirit's saying. Are you ready now? You've come through. All the build up and all the hard work has actually brought you back to neutral 0 point now. You're back to neutral 0 point. You're sitting on the line. If you picture a line, you're in the center of that line, you're in the middle of that line, you're at neutral 0 point. You can go left or you can go right. Either way, there is movement going on. Are you ready? Because everything you've been working on has put you in this position to be exactly where you are, but now you need to learn from the beginning. Different lessons, different codes, okay? And we've got the Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits and soul tribe. So don't be surprised if you have people in your life drop off, and don't be surprised if you have new people come into your life. Because it's okay to have a multitude of friends. There's nothing wrong with having lots of friends and lots of different family members and things like that. But sometimes the energies that we deal with people aren't how they need to be in order for us to evolve, to ascend, to activate, to have these things happen in our life, to integrate with our soul's path and our journey. So sometimes we lose people out of our lives and others will come in. Because the vibration is at a better match and things, and you've learnt your lessons and you've had time with those people. Now we've got transformation here, and this is exactly what's going on. Like I said, you're about to go through, you're at the very beginning of a specific activation to do with Lemuria. Look at this. Now, I nearly mentioned this in the other pile, but the card that had a whole heap of feathers on it. I'm from Lemuria, but I am blue avian. If you don't know what a blue avian is, it's a star being that has a lot of beautiful, big, colourful feathers and things. We can be very, very tall. In this life, I'm only 5'4", 163 and a half or 164 centimetres, depending. But I am, I've seen my higher self, my true self. I've done activations and meditations to meet my blue avian self, and she's just majestical. And I say she because she's not me sitting here right now, am I? You know what I mean? But she's just absolutely beautiful. She's younger than what I am, and she's just very, very lean, very, very tall. She's got these beautiful little feathers and these intricate little bits of skin. Oh, she's just gorgeous. And I think for you guys here, you might have some blue avian stuff going on. I'm not surprised. So look into that if you don't know. I mean, this is definitely blue avian on this card. Wow. You've got a transformation going on, and I'm really happy for you. The elders are saying that, you know, things will get a little easier for you now. You might be busy in your human schedule when it comes to work and finances and bits and pieces like that, but you will feel a level of peace wash over you. You'll feel a layer of energy that helps you shift as you go through this activation. As I've said, they've stated it will take about 6 human earth weeks or 6 earth weeks to be able to get through that activation, but you do need to work with Horus, please. And we've got self-discipline. Wow. And we've got pride. So number 41 or number 19. Now, pride could be anything. You could be out of the closet, you could be in the closet, you could be heterosexual, it doesn't matter. If it is about you coming out at this time, or you having a better understanding of your soul's calling and your journey to do with star beings and stuff, because you could be non-binary, you could be bisexual, you could be, you could be pansexual. There's a multitude of things that are going on here. But if that is for you, this is a message to say, this is where it all stems from, because there are other times in our lives, like star beings. There are some star beings that are genderless, or some star beings that are almost what I guess you could say bisexual and things like that. That's what we call it, but over there they don't call it anything, and it wasn't judged or frowned upon or what have you. It was just how it was, okay? So if this is a message for you, this is a reminder. And if the number 19 doesn't mean anything for you, round it up, join them together, make it a number 1, new beginnings, transformation. You're on your way, okay? For those of you that aren't in any way related in association to what I've just said, this is a genuine message for you, that you need to be proud of your bloodline. You need to be proud of your star being family. Again, I said in the other pile, you might need to do a meditation, a guided meditation, please, to have contact with your Lemurian people. I also said that you're not necessarily from Lemuria. You don't have to be from Lemuria to be Lemurian. You could have gone from a different star being, different galaxies, different what have yous, and have gone there and have had lived there for a period of time, or worked there, or what have you. It was a full functioning, fully fledged community. It was a huge place, and it covers a massive span of the world. The bulk of Australia, nearly all of Australia, let's say, was a part of Lemuria. Certain parts of Asia, like huge area, Lemuria covered a massive, massive space. Imagine the billions and billions and billions and billions of people, star beings, or what have you, living and flourishing there. So you don't have to be Lemurian per se. You might go, oh, but I was this or I'm that, I can't be Lemurian. Yes, you can be. If you went and spent some time in Lemuria, these messages are for you. If you're watching this, these messages are for you. And self-discipline. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not disciplined in your life. I mean, you mightn't be. You might be having a bit of a giggle going, yeah, I spend too much money, or what have you. But self-discipline from your heart space and your sacral is what I'm getting told here. You need to tune up your sacral, and you need to tune up your heart space. You need to have that self-discipline within yourself to push through this activation. So if you're a type of person that, you know, likes to drink on the weekend, and you think, oh, I know I've got this activation going on, but I could really just have a couple of drinks right now. If you do that and you get sick, that's where that level of self-discipline comes in, and go, oh, okay, I've only had one glass of red wine and I feel a bit tipsy, and normally it'll take me 2 glasses of wine or whatever. That's that level of self-discipline coming in, because you're going through this activative state at the moment, okay? And self-discipline, make sure you do what I asked, please, and take down those notes, those light codes, write them down and things like that. Your Lemurian connection light codes, they could just be for you when you're alone. Now, we've got more cards here. We've got answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Look, I can't make this shit up, all right? This keeps coming up, okay? This keeps coming up. What is your deepest calling? Soul, gifts and training. It's time to step up. Called. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Spirit's saying I don't need to give much information about that card. It answers itself. You're on the right path. You know what you need to do. Have the self-discipline, because the rewards for you in your life are going to be phenomenal. Mentaken, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Okay, so this is a message. Yes, you do belong. You are from Lemuria. You have had time in Lemuria for a good period of time at least. You might be feeling like you need some new people in your life. Vibe at that energy. And I said that earlier. New friends will be coming in, and old ones or old people in your life might be dissipating at this time, okay? And we've got trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Interesting. So are you longing for home? Are you tuning in? Have you answered the call? I believe you have answered the call, but you need to remain structured, all right? And we've got the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Wow. So you obviously have some beautiful gifts that you need to share, bestow on the human race at this time, okay? And that could be through music. You could be into music. You might want to do a subliminal channel. You might want to do your own YouTube channel. You might want to work with tarot. You might want to do healings. You might want to cook for people in a kitchen to help feed the people that are homeless and stuff like that. It doesn't have to come from that spiritual, holistic, you know, new age sort of industry and background. It could just be you know, donating, doing like Meals on Wheels and things like that, donating food to the elderly or dropping off meals to the elderly and stuff. Whatever your calling is, it's happening now. The age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. Holy shit. Now, can I just have, I want another card out of here. Please, two actually. Oh, they're so soft to touch. It's hard to grab. Okay, we've got the violet flame. So you might need to do some violet flame activations. In fact, you do need to do some violet flame activations. Now, this woman's holding an orb in her hand and some sort of a scepter or something like a wand in the other hand, and it's opening some sort of a portal. So that says to me that you have healing hands, that you need to do some work with Reiki or something along that line. It doesn't have to be the Shui Reiki, which is what I've done. There's multiple different types of Reikis, but you do have healing hands, and that could be, you could cook for people, and that's how you know you're filling up people's cups and things like that. Whatever it is, it's stemming from your hand space. And also, everybody has chakras in their hands and in the soles of their feet, small chakras. So you might need to give them a bit of a tune up. The violet flame, this is Archangel Metatron. There's definitely transformation. There's butterflies up here again. You probably do need to do a violet flame frequency or activation, please. And we've got, oh, sorry, they're stuck together. Earth. Nurture nature. Wow. Nurture nature. Wow. And I just mentioned a few seconds ago about you giving back to humanity. How off the hook is this card? It's just beautiful. So the Lemuiran Elders are saying to you that every little thing that you do helps the flowers blossom, basically. Everything that you're putting in energetically, soul-wise, whatever it is that you're doing is really propelling and bringing forward that love of Mother Nature, that love and respect for Earth, okay? That don't give up. You're on the right path. Like I said, you don't have to do what I do. You don't have to do, like a tarot reader does. You don't have to do what a healer does. You don't have to be a witch. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do all the things that I get into in my life. You might just like to help people in different ways. And Lemurians are saying don't stop. And we've got star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission and activation. This is the second time activations come up, okay? You might need to do some crystal grid stuff, and you might need to look up some light body meditations, okay? And can I just have two more, please, to tie off this reading because the clock's going to run out. We've got surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, the warrior woman did come up, and I did say to you, you might need to step into that feministic energy. All right. Well, if I didn't say that, I probably should have. I know I said that in the other pile. Surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So make time to enjoy what you've got going on around you. Really utilize the gifts that you have in your life right now to propel forward what you've got going on, okay? Enjoy what you're doing. And we've got, oh, there's two here. We've got, you've got the love. Hadrain energy, codependency, boundaries, right? And I did say to you, there's people in your life that are going to be leaving. There's people in your life that aren't vibing at the same frequency as you anymore. And don't be too discouraged or upset. Just kiss them goodbye as they move out of your life. Just let them naturally do it and say to spirit or to your ancestors and to the Lemuiran elders and your own higher self, thank you for the journey. Thank you for the lessons. I love you. I set you free. And you got breathe the cosmos. Breath, I can't even read. Breath of the cosmos. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. That ties in with this card. Nurture nature. Okay, so every little thing that you do, every little bit of energy you put into Mother Earth is going to be micromanaging the universe. You are helping raise the vibration and the consciousness of humanity. So, I'll just say goodbye to the elders. Thank you very much, Lemuiran elders, for coming in. Yeah, they're asking people to drink teas, like herbal teas. If you can have some herbal teas, you can have them cold as iced teas or something, but they're saying that would be really nice. And to use some batch flower remedies, or to have like a cup of tea with actual chamomile flowers and things like that in it, to get into some batch flower healing at this time. Use the earth as your healer. Thank you very much, Spirit. Thank you. Take care. Much love. I'll be back. Love, Amethyst.